everyone, Sophia here for my great challenge. Welcome back to my kitchen, and I'm starting a series that I'm going to run preferably at least once a week between now and Christmas, and it's basically holiday baking and treats. So today I'm making a pie. That's a cranberry apple pie, and that's all from scratch, and that's going to be probably one of the desserts that I will make again for Thanksgiving. But guess what? You can also do it for Christmas or all year long, really. But it's the perfect fall dessert. You're gonna hear a lot of noise in the background. We're about to get a really bad storm, so it's the perfect day for me to stay indoor and get some baking. Today is special for us. I'm making a pie. Why? Because we're finally going to watch the new James Bond, and I want to make sure I get a slice of pie. When I do that, James Bond has got nothing to do with pie. I'm just saying I wanted to have a treat at the same time. So, where did I get the recipe? I got the recipe from Yumly. It's cranberry apple pie recipe with homemade crust. And it's got 10 ingredients. It takes 75 minutes to make, 500 calories per slice. I have no business eating pie, but I'm gonna eat pie anyway. So let's go through the ingredients. First for the crust, and then for the pie filling. So stick around, I will be right back. And here are the ingredients for the pie crust. First thing you need is 2 sticks of unsalted butter that is at room temperature. You need 2½ cups of all-purpose white flour, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of granulated white sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 cup of refrigerated or ice-cold water. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut my butter into small pieces. So now that I have my butter cut in little cubes, I'm going to put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes. So while the butter is in the freezer, I'm going to use my food processor, and I'm going to mix the flour, the salt, and the sugar together, and I just want to mix it a little bit. So I'm basically waiting for the butter to harden. It's gonna be in little cubes, and it's gonna go in the food processor with the flour, the salt, and the sugar. So I'll be right back. Aha! Butter is in cubes and pretty hard. So the goal here is to pulse it with the flour, sugar, and salt, and pulse it until you only get like little beads of butter in it. And all I'm going to do is add my water a little bit at a time. And start kneading. Remember, the water has to be cold. I'm going to make a dough. So now I'm going to divide my dough into 2 parts right here in the middle. Put this one to the side. Add a little bit of flour on my counter. And I'm going to work my dough into a disc. Both of them, and each disc is going to go into the freezer for 20 minutes. I'm back. I'm ready to do the pie filling. I have my oven at 375. I'm gonna do my pie in this dish right here. I can't remember where I got this, but I think it was freebie with a Thanksgiving pie we bought years ago. And here are the ingredients for the cranberry apple filling. You need 1.5 cup of fresh cranberry. You can buy frozen, but you have to defrost them for about 1.5 hours. Up to 2 hours. I washed them already. I need 4 apples, and these are Empire apples. They're the ones we like the best for pies because they are the perfect combo of sweet and tart. You need 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. This is empty. And you need a whole cup of brown sugar. This is actually light brown sugar. And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to add the zest of an orange. It's not in the recipe, but I like the combo of cranberry and orange, so I'll add a little bit of zest. So the first things you need to do is mix all of your dry ingredients. And for that I'm using a large salad bowl. So I have brown sugar, cornstarch, and the cornstarch is there to thicken whatever juice I'm going to have from the apple and the cranberries. And then the cinnamon and the ginger. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to mix it together. Next, I'm just going to peel my apples and slice them. And by the way, if you're one of people like me who do not like synthetic fragrances, don't throw away your apple skin. Because what you can do is put it in water with a little bit of cranberry and a little bit of cinnamon, boil it, and make like a live potpourri basically. So I'm going to keep those to the side in a pot. Once I have all the apples in there, start mixing it. Make sure everybody gets coated with the brown sugar. And add my cranberries. And you notice that the apples don't need to be cooked for this pie. And now I'm using my regular grater and I'm just going to zest my orange. And mix. Doesn't it look delicious? Okay, so now what you want to do is take your spatula and you want to pack everything in there, okay? Flatten it as much as you can. And you want to make sure that you're not leaving any empty room. If you want to use your fingers, you can. So next I just have to unroll the other dough and wrap the pie top with that dough, and then we'll crumple, slit some holes, the whole shebang. Going to use 1 egg yolk, and I'm adding a little bit of sugar to it, not a lot. And using a brush, I'm going to mix this together. And what this does is basically keep the crust golden. Now I'm also going to wrap the edges of the pie in aluminum foil so that they don't burn. And remember, my oven has been heating up at 375 degrees. You know what? Let me move this higher. There we go. Okay. So 35 minutes, it gives me enough time to finish cleaning around. When I come back, we'll try it. It's an easy recipe. If you want to make it even faster, just buy the dough already made, like a Pillsbury dough at the supermarket. It's the perfect temperature. By the time you get it, it's the perfect circle. You don't have to knead, you don't have to have flour all over the place, including you. So it's super easy. So if you were doing it with the dough already made, altogether it would take you about 15 minutes to make a pie and look like a chef. So I encourage you to try it. You know, at first do it with the dough already made and then make your own dough later on. Mine wasn't all that great because I left it in the freezer too long. But otherwise it's easy to unroll and then you can put it directly onto the pie dish. It's not an issue. But regardless, it's still gonna taste delicious and I can't wait. Now, in the meantime, what I'm going to do, remember I have my little pot here with cranberries and apple skin. I'm going to add spices to this, including cloves and a couple of slices of oranges, and I'm gonna let this boil for a little bit, and it's going to give me a wonderful scent in the kitchen. So once you hit your 25 minutes, what you do is that you lower your temperature to 350 and you're gonna let it bake until it starts bubbling on the inside. And for that, I can't really give you a time because it all depends on how much stuff you have on the inside of your pie. So it's gonna depend on your pie. But so far, this one is looking pretty good. I don't want to open the oven yet. It's starting to get golden. We're just gonna wait and see. In the meantime, I have this going on the stove. And it smells wonderful. I'm gonna let it boil. It's not boiling yet. Once it boils, you just put it in a bowl or you leave it on the stove and just let the scent take over your whole kitchen. So I'd say I have about 5 minutes left, and what I'm going to do is that I removed the aluminum foil already, and I'm going to add a little bit of the egg that I have left over right here on the edges so that they get brown too, because while they were underneath the aluminum foil they did not get golden, but now they will. Alright, so this is just to give it a little bit more color on the edges. Okay, 10 more minutes. Okay. Ta-da! And here we go. I'm putting it on the cooling rack and it's gonna stay there for about 45 minutes and then we try it. That's it, looks pretty good, except for a little hole right here. Let me turn it around so we can get an angle that's not all busted. How about that? Yes. The orange is everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's orange in this?
Mm-hmm. Orange
Tastes like chicken.
What? Oh man.
That is good though.
Oh.
Fresh chicken.
This is really good.
It is good. It's very good.
Willie, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think, Willie?
Good.
Alright, so let me try the crust, because the crust is what's most important.
I feel like the filling would be more important.
I like the crust.
Perfect. Right? Just the right amount of salt. Alright.
So where's the rest of my slice?
Huh? We got a whole pie over there. Okay. This is the perfect dessert for Thanksgiving. Much better than pumpkin pie. because it's
That's a matter of perspective.
I don't know. I mean, I like pumpkin pie, but I couldn't have 2 slices in a row. This, I could have 2 slices in a row.
So did you work off a recipe or is this off the top of your head?
No, this is a recipe.
Okay.
But this is really good. And with a little bit of whipped cream.
Yeah. What do you mean a little bit?
Well, you know, just enough whipped cream for your taste. Or ice cream. Right, to do it à la mode. Yum. Easy to make. I think that the outcome is outstanding. This is one of the best pies I've made. Can you taste the orange in it?
Yeah, I can.
It's really good, huh?
Oh, very tangy.
Huh?
Very tangy.
Very tangy, but
You know,
yeah.
it's got, like the orange kind of pulls out the flavors of the cranberry, which kind of pulls out the flavor of the apple.
Oh man. I used Empire apple, by the way, in case you're wondering.
The
Perfect.
only apple there ought to be.
Yes, there should only be one kind of apple. Well, you like Granny Smith.
Well, yeah, Granny Smith is like when Empires aren't available.
So obviously we like tart around here, right? Taste.
Tart and crisp.
Tart and crisp. So I give it an A+. This is one of the best pies I have made or tried. You know what? This is even better than the pie we get from the pie store. The triple berry one.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good, but they're not great.
Yeah, but well, until now they were great. Mine is better. Okay, this is it for me. I will see you next time. I don't know what I'm gonna make for the next holiday dessert / treat. What would you like me to make? It's gotta be holiday related.
Apple cranberry pie.
Do you want me to make it again?
No,
I'll make it for Thanksgiving.
Maybe pumpkin pie.
Alright, I'll make a pumpkin pie next. I'll talk to you later.
Because they taste better homemade.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks for watching. Hey, it's me, and guess what? Click that thumbs up if you really like this video. Thumbs down twice if you didn't. You can also share my video if you really liked it, or save it to watch later. Also, you can subscribe to my channel, but don't forget to click that bell button so you are always notified when I post a new video. Thank you for watching.